Alright, welcome to episode 23 of Final Fantasy. We continue our trek into the underwater shrine. We'll need to find a bunch of interesting rooms up ahead. Because these stairs are going to take us up and down and all throughout this dungeon. Into these tiny little rooms that it's really impossible to get lost in, so this entire thing's kind of pointless, but it is an interesting little dungeon feature. The ice cavern had at least one room like this, where it took you up and to a little room and up more different stairs, but oh. So this dungeon does feature some encounters that mix things up a little bit. You know, elementals, they hit decently hard, and Nagas like that do cast their spells. So you can take some damage. But this isn't annoying as Mount Gold. Like, Mount Gold will deal more damage just because the floor is out to get you. This is kind of a nice little peaceful dungeon, honestly. Despite the fact that it's the one that I did manage to get lost in, because again, this is the most difficult of the 4 major dungeons to get memorized. And floors like this are an example of why. See, this floor is really easy to memorize a path through, but the way it's set up makes it easy to get lost and like lose your way. Because I accidentally went a way that I didn't plan out. And I will mention that I was using a map to plan out and memorize, because I felt it necessary. But I went the complete wrong way and thought I would have to do a lot of backtracking, but fortunately this room's laid out in such a way that I actually did manage to find everything here, just not as intended. Sorry if you notice any noticeable breaks in noise quality there. I had to clear my throat, and so I paused. Oh. But this is a weird encounter for the water dungeon. A bunch of firebirds. And 2 mummy kings. Which, because of this, we find out mummy kings are resistant to ice. Not resistant to the follow-up, though. But this chest contains the giant's gloves. I've been alluding to these. This is the most important item in the game if you play this game like I do, because it allows you to cast Saber when you use them. Saber is a level 7 spell that is a direct upgrade to Temper. Temper was what I was using to raise my attack. This will raise my attack by an even higher percentage and add a accuracy bonus to that. But Sid, the red mage, can't learn Saber. You know, only the black mage or black wizard can learn Saber. But this is an item that casts it. So not only do we have access to it now, anybody can cast it. You just have to use the item. And as has been stated, items come with infinite uses. Now, what this effectively means is I've streamlined the first 4 turns of my strategy and boss fights into the first 2 turns of the boss fight, which is very important. You know, we get off the ground much faster, and things only do get more difficult from here. I don't know if I've mentioned this or not, but again, I am absolutely convinced the monks and masters have a low resistance to status effects, because from this point on, he's the only person who really struggles with that often. Even though up ahead in a room, there's a treasure chest that contains a ribbon and he gets it, well, he'll still be being affected by status effects pretty often despite the ribbon. It's why it's important to know that it doesn't make you immune in Final Fantasy 1. But he does what he does, and that's beat things up. And I'm okay with this. I'll keep him healthy as long as he keeps destroying my opponents. You know, it's what the white mage is there for. Well, that and she wrecks the undead, but that's beside the point. I guess this dungeon has a bunch of poison in it, too. That's probably not by design, it just kind of happened. You know, snakes poison, scorpions poison. And sea scorpions were once a thing, a long time ago, and sea snakes are one of the most venomous animals in the ocean. Might even be one of the most venomous snakes. One of those two things is true, I don't remember which. Sea trolls. And if you see one of those in real life, you need to see a doctor. Those don't exist. Sorry to bring that to you. So you're gonna see me wander around floor 1 for a while, because this is where I got lost. No, that's not the way you want to go. I eventually figured it out. See, but this is why I memorized dungeons. Can you imagine me doing this in every single floor of every single dungeon? I'm telling you, it would get frustrating. Especially to people who know these dungeons. But here we are. I'm not going to show you the boring stuff. Let's just skip straight to the fun. Who are you, and why are you doing this? And his, his little, compliment there of us impressing him is a little backhanded. It's not really a compliment. Yeah, I think I can. I've beaten Lich, and I've beaten Merilith. You? Well, we do have a Mary Sue, and you have a bunch of tentacles. This game was made in Japan. I think we all know where this might be going. Oh, but first turn, I have the Warrior Conan cast Blank. Sid cast Haste on Guy. Guy uses the Giant's Gloves, and Mary Sue will do whatever I feel is the best opening buff to give the entire party. And then the second turn, buff Conan, and Guy just starts. Then Mary Sue starts doing whatever is necessary. Yeah, it's a strategy so frightening, the Kraken inked himself. So I didn't know this about Kiraja, but apparently it has the ability to remove status effects. I don't know. I didn't know that was what it could do, but, well, she just did it, so... But I figure I'll go all in. I'm all ready to go in on turn 3, and... Oh. Dude. You know, everybody's sitting there doing their thing, getting all prepared and whatnot, and Guy just beats the Kraken up. Oh, sorry about the coughing. It's whenever I laugh, I sometimes cough, especially if I laugh too hard. I don't know why. It's just something. So I didn't actually comment on this in the last episode because I didn't notice it at the time, but these mermaids are totally topless, right? Like, you can't see anything because of the graphics, but I mean, they're topless, right? They look like it anyway. But with the defeat of Kraken, who was much easier than the two before him, the crystal of water has returned to Grace, and we'll leave the dungeon. So I'll see you next time when we head out to the next one. Bye.